Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I've got a handful of Arizona desert agate nodules we're going to cut open today to see what's on the inside. Similar to yesterday's video, this is a group of Gila Bend mountain range agates. All are going to be windowed, so we know we're going to have something in them. Let's take a look and see what we're going to be cutting open today. Alright, so this one's got a little bit of banding with some quartz showing on the back, and then a banded agate pattern that's fairly weathered on the front. So it could be either quartz or banded agate or a mixture of both. I'm going to assume that if we cut closer to this window here, we'll get mostly banded agate. So that's what we'll do. Cut parallel to that window. Okay, next up, get this bigger chunk. A little bit of a window on the back, some chalcedony, and more chalcedony on the front. Don't really see a lot of bands, but there's a little bit. They're faint, but we got a tube, it looks like, right there, and possibly some small tubes in the back right here. So I'm kind of hoping this has got some tubes in it with some banding around the tubes. So I'll cut back behind that broken section parallel to this window, and I'll hope for the best. Okay, so we got mostly quartz with a little bit of banding around it on that broken window, and then this one's all banding. So again, want to cut closer to that banded side parallel to that, but don't want to be too close. This is obviously the bigger side, so I'm going to give it a little bit of length here, so maybe right about here, and hope it doesn't have too much banding in it, or sorry, quartz in the banding. We'll see. All right, this little one's really weathered, but it's got a little bit of banding shown in the tail end, and then a banded pattern here with some possible good color. So I want to cut parallel to that, and with this one, I'm just hoping it stays together. It looks like it's peeled really bad. Hopefully it's done peeling. Okay, again, mostly quartz. Got some banding around the quartz. And a banding back here. So I want to cut behind that end of that little window. So yeah, we'll cut probably somewhere in there, closer to this side. Hopefully it's not too much quartz. I got another little one. It's got that face and that face. So this side obviously has a little more quartz, but obviously banding with a possible floater in the middle, and maybe quartz inside the floater. It's almost like banded quartz, banded quartz, banded quartz. This looks mostly banded, maybe a little bit of quartz in the middle. So again, in between these two windows, but probably closer to this one. Alright, now this one's going to be tricky. This is extremely broken up. It's got lots of windows, but possible good color and banding on the inside. May have to cut through some of the little windows. What I'm thinking, got some surface fractures. Hopefully that's all they are, because I want to cut right down that fracture. And hopefully miss all of that window and that window. And this one I'm just hoping it's solid on the inside, not fractured. I miss the windows and we get a full banded pattern with that good color. Hopefully some contrasting bands. All right, last up, got this big flat nodule. When I say flat, I mean it is flat. A little bit of chalcedony in the back. And then in the front, looks like it's got some moss and some banded agate showing. So we're gonna cut like right through here. And hope we get a good pattern. All right, let me get these on the saw. I'll get these cut and I'll be right back with the results. We'll see what's on the inside of these. All right, be right back. All right, back from the saw. Let's see how we did. So we had that on that side, that on that side. Let's open for something more like that. And we got mostly quartz. And it's got a fracture. You can see the yellow staining in the quartz from that fracture. But I mean, it's got banding all the way around it. It's cool looking. And polished up nice. This side, starting to get some moss tubes or something down here. It's got that fracture in it still. Got the banding. It's a little bit more defined along the bottom now. So the quartz is getting smaller, but it did not turn into that. And that fracture appears to go down the stone this way. So I can only assume it's gonna continue to be in it all the way down to at least there where you can see it, which is all the way down to here. Not gonna attempt to cut this again. But yeah, it looked nice polished. Either of these sides would. All right, not bad. Okay, next up, this one. I did get it cut where I wanted. Unfortunately, I had a little piece break off. So let's get this guy wet. I'll take a look without the broken part. So yeah, obviously it had a little bit of a fracture. You can see the discoloration in there. And it came apart, which kind of gave me a bit of a wobbly cut. This side stayed together though. And I got that full pattern for the most part. Beautiful banding. You can see the healed and maybe some of which are not healed fractures. But yeah, and it's a gorgeous stone. I mean, you could tell from the windowing that it's gonna have some good stuff in it. Just hoping to have more of that white. That's all right. Came out nice. Shame it had some fractures. Okay, next up. So this one had what I thought was some tubes and some banding. Let's see what it looked like on the inside. Whoa. All right, that's different. It does have a fracture. Can't tell if it's healed or not. Doesn't appear to be. And that's a shame. It does have some small tubes in it. It's a little bit of paint from the saw blade. It's got a nice crazy pattern going on in it. Let's look at this other side. Yeah, you can still see that fracture. Looks like it comes out this way. I could probably take another cut back here and lose that fracture. That might be worth it. It's got a cool pattern. That is crazy. of pitting down here, but other than that, and that is really nice. Yeah, I might try to determine where that fracture goes and make another cut back here at some point. But if I decide not to, I'll still polish this one at some point. Great colors. Look at that pattern. That's so neat. All right. So far, so good today. Next up, we had the one that had the banding and then the quartz. I did cut closer to this side. Let's see how it came out. I did have a piece pop off, unfortunately, at the end. Oh, all right. So I did keep the banding on this side. I could definitely clean that up if I domed it. Very little quartz, mostly banding. These are definitely healed fractures. Those white lines. Got a little bit of parallax going on in the banding. And this side, quartz gets a little bigger, but it's definitely nicer than that. That would look good polish for sure. It's got some parallax in it. Very nice banding. All right, that's a cool stone. Okay, we got this little one. We had that pattern, that pattern. I cut it down the middle, hoping I could possibly get 2 parallel cuts. They're fairly parallel, so I could make some freeform cabs out of these where these are the tops. Let's see what the backs look like. Yeah, look at that. Perfect pattern, no fractures. Mostly banding. Yeah, those will make nice freeforms. Especially this one. All right, cool. All right, next up, got this bigger stone. Let's see how he fared. Oh, all right. So it was banded, mostly on this side, and then it's got some moss and really crazy patterns going on the rest of that stone. No fractures. That'll look good polished. Love that banded pattern. And this side here. Wow, look at that banded pattern. Completely changed. Definitely worth the polish. That is a nice looking stone. Very cool. All right, 2 left. So this one, I had that cool looking banded pattern and then the quartz. So I did cut parallel to that, stay away from the quartz. Luckily, this is on the thicker side. The quartz is on the thinner side. Let's see. Oh, that is really neat. Look at that. You got some moss or plumes all the way around the outside, and then a very nice banded pattern in the middle. A little fracture right there. Might be healed. And I lost a little bit of the pattern on the end, but that full banded pattern is in the middle. That's cool. That'll look good polished. And then this is the thicker side. Again, I lost a little bit of the pattern cutting through that window. See that little fracture. Does appear to be healed. Still got these moss or plumes Going on the outside with a banded pattern in the middle. Just start to see the cords starting. That's gonna look great polished. And it's a really nice looking stone too. All right, I think we did pretty good today. All right, last one up. Little one. This is the one that was weathered and peeling. So I got a good cut off of this end. Not as parallel as I was hoping. Again, it's really hard to push these stones by hand through that saw straight with no vise. Let's see how we did. Oh, wow, all right. Ooh, does have a little bit of fracture at the top, but look at the purple in that, and the banding. All right, well, I haven't cut a purple one in a while. That is really nice. Definitely gonna polish this even with that fracture. I don't think it's gonna hurt anything. It might even be healed. Look how fine that banding is with that color in it. What's really cool is it's surrounded by that different colored banding. It's got black and white orbs in it. Okay, the fracture on this side doesn't look as healed. So you can see it out here. Still gonna polish this. Wow, that is really nice. Good color. So good to see one with color in it again for a while. Change. All right, well, this is a good one to end the cutting session on. I want to thank everybody for watching. See you on the next video. Have a good day. Bye.